I want to go over my summer reading list, and these are the books I want to read in June, July, and August. I have some of the books here, and some of the books I have on my Kindle, and some of the books I have to either purchase or borrow from the library. But yeah, although my favorite season is not summer, my favorite season is fall, and I'm really looking forward to fall. I'm already making a fall reading list, but I figured summer's here, and I should probably enjoy it while it lasts. So I made a summer reading list, and I have it written down here in my journal, and it's not very long at all. I have a good combination of nonfiction books and fiction books, a couple of fantasy thrown in there, a little bit of science fiction thrown in there as well. So this is going to be good. The first 3 books are actually part of a series. They're by Abby Jimenez, and I actually don't have those books here with me. So book number 1 is Part of Your World, book number 2 is Yours Truly, and book number 3 is Just for the Summer. And right now it's actually early July, so I've actually read all 3 books. I get to check them off in my journal, and all 3 books were so fantastic. My favorites are the first 2 books, Part of Your World and Yours Truly, and my absolute favorite is Yours Truly. I liked all 3, but the first 2 books are definitely a 5-star, and I just really like the characters. The female main character is just so funny, and I like her, and everything that she's gone through is just so resilient. And then the male character, I felt like I could relate to him a lot. He deals with anxiety on a daily basis. And then the 3rd book was like a 4.5. And then the next book is Talking at Night by Claire Daverly. I've also read this book, and it was pretty great. This is a story of Will and Rosie. The 2 are opposites in every way, and yet they fall for each other as teenagers. 90s music, sideways glances, sunsets and bonfires, and talking late into the night. It's palpable, inevitable. They're on the precipice of starting something wonderful until one day tragedy strikes and any possibility of being together seems to shatter. So when I first picked up this book, actually, I thought it was going to be like the movie Love, Rosie, but it's not. It is not what this book is about. This book is actually very heavy, and there's some good parts, but I feel like maybe 80% of this book is very heavy, and I found that out after I started the book. This is very pink and blue, and it just screams summer to me, so this is on my summer reading list. The next book is This Summer Will Be Different by Carley Fortune. I also don't have that book, but I've read a couple of books by Carley Fortune. I read Every Summer After by Carley Fortune. I also read Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. Every Summer After I really enjoyed, and then Meet Me at the Lake, I think that was a DNF for me. I could not finish it. Just couldn't relate to the characters. But anyways, This Summer Will Be Different got released on May 7th, so I'm really excited to read that. And then the next book is 7 Summer Weekends by Jane L. Rosen. There are a lot of books in this list with the word summer in it, but I think that's the only way I can learn to love summer. My favorite season is fall. I just thrive in fall and winter. Summer is not my best season. I'm trying to enjoy it by reading summer-based books, and I'm really looking forward to fall. So 7 Summer Weekends, a woman inherits a beach house. Can I inherit a beach house? Along with a series of weekend guests, while butting heads with the irritable and irritably handsome man next door in his sparkling new escape from Jane L. Rosen. Another book on my list is Welcome to the Hyundai-dong Bookshop. I will learn to pronounce this. I'm very excited for this. This is a book that's based in Korea. Young-ju is burnt out. She did everything she was supposed to do: go to school, marry a decent man, get a respectable job. Then it all fell apart. In a leap of faith, Young-ju abandons her old life, quits her high-flying career, and follows her dream, opens a bookshop in a quaint neighborhood in Seoul. That sounds amazing. I would love to own a bookshop. In a quaint neighborhood in Seoul, surrounded by books, Young-ju and her customers take refuge. From the lonely barista to the unhappily married coffee roaster, the writer who sees something special in Young-ju, they all have disappointments in their past. The bookshop becomes the favorite place where they all learn how to truly live. This is a heartwarming story about finding acceptance in your life and healing power of books. I love that because I also love a book, and I also love a bookshop. So that is right up my alley. I'm really excited to just read this. This is a translated book. This is translated by Shanna Tan. I've been enjoying reading books from other countries. I feel like I kind of want to make that a part of my lifestyle each month, is to read a book that is translated takes place in another country or kind of nicely depicts another country. If I could travel to every single country in this world, I totally would. I don't think that's gonna happen. I do travel quite a bit, but just not as much as I would like. The next book is Goddess of the River by Vaishnavi Patel. She also wrote this book called Kaliane. I read that maybe 2 years ago. Kaliane is the name of the book, and it's about a character from Ramayana. And it's kind of a retelling of the character Kaliane. In this book, we kind of hear the story from her point of view, and it was so excellent. This book, Goddess of the River, just got released. The inside says, a mother and a son, a goddess and a prince, a curse and an oath, a river whose course will change the fate of the world. Ganga, joyful goddess of the river, serves as caretaker to the mischievous godlings who roam her banks, and when their antics incur the wrath of a powerful sage, Ganga is cursed to become mortal, bound to her human form until she fulfills the obligations of the curse. I am so excited for this book, but sadly, this book is from the library and it was due yesterday, so I have to go drop it off, and hopefully it becomes available again so I can read it. I'm gonna see if I can just go purchase it from the bookstore because I do want to have this in my collection. The cover, absolutely stunning, so beautiful. And then the next book is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This has been on my list for a very long time. I don't know much about Betty Smith, but I've heard this book over and over again throughout my life. It's about some characters that grow up in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and some of the struggles that they go through while living there. And I'm sure it's about a lot more than just that. But look at the beautiful cover. I have it on my Kindle as well, and I started reading it, but I'm not very far in. I'm going to continue reading that tonight. I'm really excited for this book. The next book is Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. This is about Salama Kassab was a pharmacy student when the cries for freedom broke out in Syria. She still had her parents and her big brother. She still had her home and an average teenager's life. Now Salama volunteers at a hospital and homes, helping the wounded who flood through the doors daily. Secretly, though, she's desperate to find a way out of her beloved country before her best friend and sister-in-law, Layla, gives birth. As her desperation grows, her PTSD takes physical shape in the form of companion Cough, who haunts her every move. Sounds freaking amazing. And this cover is so gorgeous. As Long as a Lemon Tree Grows. And this book I've been meaning to read for a little while too. So it's gonna be a really nice addition to my summer reading list. The next book I do not have, but it is The Ministry of Time. And this is a brand new book. This is a time travel romance, a spy thriller, a workplace comedy, and an ingenious exploration of nature of power and the potential for love to change it all. And anything that deals with time travel, I like. And I just keep seeing people talk about it, and I kind of want to know what the hype is about. The next book is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. This is going to be my first Murakami. Been meaning to check out his work the past year. So this is a fantasy book, and the setting is Takamatsu, Japan. It has 467 pages. I feel like this is gonna be a really good start into Murakami for me. So I'm really excited for that. The next book is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I read this book in middle school, I think in the 8th grade. To be honest, I wasn't very much into this book back then. I was not into reading for school. I liked English class maybe starting in 9th grade. I was just not into reading out of the syllabus. I haven't watched the movies, and I haven't read the Lord of the Rings books or watched the movies either. So I know this is gonna open up a whole new world for me. I'm really excited to finally pick up this book again and read it. I'm doing a buddy read with one of my friends. The next 3 books are by Lauren Roberts, Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless. And these are fantasy novels. I have become a little fantasy maniac, I guess. My history with fantasy is very short. So I read Twilight in middle school and I loved it so much. And then after Twilight, I think I read this series called Evermore. And that was 7 or 8 books, I believe. I really like those too. And those I read on my phone, I believe in high school. Reckless is coming out July 2nd. So I wanted to read Powerless and Powerful before then. Powerless is the first book and it's a whole novel. Powerful after that is a half a novel. So they numbered this 1 1.5, and then Reckless being 2. I think this is like an action fantasy novel, and there is a slight romance in it, and it's YA. The last book is This Is How You Lose a Time War by Amal El Motar. I actually just finished this book, and I think it was one of my favorite books of 2024. It is so fascinating and so beautiful and so stunning, and I do not understand, like, let's say like 70% of the book, but the letters that are in the book are just so stunning. I haven't been able to stop thinking, but since I did read it just a couple weeks ago, it is part of my summer reading list. And then the next couple books are nonfiction books, and I'm just gonna list them off because I think the names just kind of speak for themselves. So the first book is Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. The next book is The Art of Gathering by Priya Parker. Fourth book is How to Know a Person by David Brooks. And then the next 3 books are a series by Ryan Holiday. The Obstacle is the Way, Stillness is the Key, Ego is the Enemy. That's my list for nonfiction, and the rest of it is my list for fiction. And I think this is a really nice list that'll get me through summer. Yeah, that is my summer 2024 reading list. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!